Ndlekani bakhokwani. Greetings from Musoni. Tukulu wabangoni nibandawo. In one of my previous TikTok videos, I explained why politricking is one of the greatest stumbling blocks to the movement for African liberation. I explained how it's nothing but a distraction, and a lot of black people say they follow politics because politics control our lives and stuff like that. But there is no fruitfulness to actually following politics that anybody can show you. It all boils down to gossip, and it's the biggest distraction. So today I'm going to add to that thought and show how the entire political system, which in fact was set up by Europeans, was never and could never be used as a tool for African liberation. So African people are wasting their time if they are looking to a Western political system to find freedom. In a few months in 2023, African people will be running to the polls to vote for their political party, the one they have hope in. And I'm going to show and demonstrate that the entire exercise is useless. I ran a poll on Twitter asking black South Africans why they have never voted for the PAC if they haven't, since it's the only political party in South Africa that actually means what they say. Number one is they have no funders. As we know, not all political parties get funded by the private sector. And so them having no funders means no funds for political campaigns, and which means no visibility, and therefore they will never win the elections or obtain enough votes to stand as an official opposition. As you can see, a lot of people abstain from actually voting, which proves to me that voting is useless. Because how do you honestly vote, number one, and admit to yourself that you do not vote for the Pan-African Congress because they have no white funders, when in actual fact you stand by the principle that you are fighting against the white monopoly capital, the former colonialists who fund these political parties. Contradiction to all of this is that y'all claim Marxism, socialism. So if y'all are so socialist and so Marxist, why are your decisions influenced and dictated by capitalism? Because the only reason why you vote for who you vote for, it is because they have the backing, the financial backing, to make all the noise out there, to have all the presence out there. Political campaigns are highly funded. Millions are spent on these political campaigns. I remember when Bill Gates mentioned that he funded Nelson Mandela's political campaign for the 1994 elections. You can see big monies have to go in. And so if you do not have the financial muscle to back you in these things, you become irrelevant in this whole political arena. And we know that there are no black people funding any political party, and the people funding these political parties are the same people that funded the apartheid system. And before I continue, I'd like to look at the political events in the past that shaped the future of this country, the one we are living in right now. The first one being the Sharpeville March on 21st March 1960, which officially destroyed the system of tribalism and Dompas in South Africa. And this movement was actually led by the Pan-African Congress, same PAC I'm talking about. And this movement is what led to the armed struggle in South Africa. The other one is the famous Soweto uprising, June 16, which was led by the student movement as well as the Black Consciousness movement, which was founded by Steve Bantu Biko. And this was a successful movement because many of us went to school and were not forced to study science and mathematics in Afrikaans. So if these are the movements that actually shaped the future of this country, how come they are not being chosen by the voters? Well, of course, the BCM is not around to be voted for, but the PAC is. But we're not going to vote for them because they don't have the financial backing to win the elections or stand in a place of strong opposition. So instead, we look for a black political party that looks like it has a very strong standing, and it has a very strong standing because of the financial backing it gets from the same white monopoly capital that we complain about, the same white monopoly capital that we claim we are at war against. And we know that white monopoly capital is not dumb enough to fund a political party that is going to put them at a disadvantage or dethrone them from their economic standing and economic power. So it's clear why a political party like the Pan-African Congress will never get any funding, because what white person would fund a political party that says Africa for Africans? Afrika maibuye. You get what I'm saying? So that is the reason why we do not vote for the PAC. We know that it's fruitless. You feel like you're wasting your vote when you vote for the PAC. And so we walk in this hopeless hope that a political system inherited and left to us by the colonialists is going to serve our freedom, when common sense should tell us that this political system, they've handed it over to people that look like us, as they even did during apartheid in what you call Bantustans. They handed that over not for our benefits as African people or any benefit for African liberation, but for the continuation of colonialism and its extension in what people call neo-colonialism today. So in conclusion, the same way you think it's useless to vote for the PAC, not because you don't believe in their ideologies, but because you do not see any practicality in them winning the elections, in the same manner, your vote to any other political party is useless in terms of taking African people to the next step of liberation. If you enjoyed the video, press the like button. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, press the subscriber button, share the video, and peace and African power.